What's up, YouTube? My name is Angie. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to your daily card reading. Today is Tuesday, November 17th, 2020, and we are going to hop right into this reading and see exactly what it is that Spirit wants you guys to know. YouTube needs to know today. As I've been watching this video for most guys, that was good. You need to know. Oh, we have the Hierophant in reverse. Now, this is actually one of, I would say this is my most favorite card in the deck of the tarot. Why? So the Hierophant to me represents it's all about spirituality, having a mentor, having a teacher, having spiritual knowledge, reading spiritual knowledge, immersing yourself in, forever being a student, okay? So for some of us, maybe we need to really dive into spirituality. We need to read, we need to watch videos, we need to reach out to mentors, to teachers, we need to take classes. This is all of that type of stuff. Okay. Now, this card could also represent someone who is sort of like an authority figure in your life and that has very specific belief systems. Okay. So this could be like a priest. This could possibly be someone who is very, very right or left, or very, passionate and cannot be swayed in their religion, the ways of the world in which they believe that the world should function or is functioning in their minds. And so, and that's sort of like the reverse meaning. Is it saying, okay, you know what, like we need to take a step back and we need to say, okay, we need to kind of like maybe break these things down. We need to really take a step back and ask ourselves, like, what is it that we believe? What is it that we believe? What is it that, we're getting all these other opinions and all these other ideas and all this other information that is kind of being, shown to us or pushed upon us or dropped, in our worlds. And so this is really saying, what do we believe? So if there's someone that has a heavily influence on you in your life, it's great to look at it as a perspective, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's truth. That might be their truth, but that doesn't mean that it needs to be your truth. And this is really all about learning and expansion. And it's really, really, really about spirituality and the path of spirituality and what that means to you and what that path looks like. Where have you been? Where are you? And where do you want to go? So this is really saying, let's kind of take a step back and away from maybe the people that we've allowed ourselves to influence our lives and sort of reevaluate that. Is that true for me? Is that true for you? Is what they're saying true for you? This could also be finding someone that, maybe this person was at one point in time a mentor, a teacher, someone that you could gain knowledge from. And now maybe you've learned everything that you've learned from that person. And maybe now you need to find somebody else, because they've shown you everything that you need to take in that specific perspective. And now you need to go and find someone else that's going to give you a different perspective that you're more in alignment with. Knowledge is power. Knowledge, creates our worlds. It makes us connect better to ourselves, to God, to the universe, to our guides. However you want to see that. This is a very, very powerful spiritual card. in the tarot. And this is all about learning. And so this is kind of like, maybe we need to take a huge step back right now, because this is in reverse. You know, this is like the teacher or mentor, us learning and reading and watching videos and gaining classes, doing all of these things, and having, you know, people to mentor us and all of that, you know. But this could also be someone who is sort of, you know, kind of giving us rules and ideas of things that may not necessarily be how we view the world. And so they're influencing us in a certain way. Now, you know, I could also say that this could possibly, like, an example that I would want to give is the example of, you know, each generation has like their own way of doing things, their own way of being, their own type of ways of the world, or their own religions and beliefs systems, okay? And so this is kind of saying that, you know, there's a potential here that there's a belief system within yourself, or a belief system within your family, and your family tree, your roots, you know. Look at the way your grandmothers and grandfathers viewed religion, you know, or spirituality, or any type of family rituals, okay? And so just because, you know, your grandparents and your parents believe one thing, or you know, have a system of their own that they believe, doesn't necessarily believe that that system or religion or spiritual practice or ancestral ritual doesn't necessarily mean that that is what resonates and suits you in your life. So this is all about taking a step back and really asking yourself, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to, you know, if you want to call it religion, I don't call it religion. You know, I feel like religion to me is like church-based, you know, religion that someone is sort of forcing upon their ideas and rules, you know, and it's, you know, this is just having a broader perspective, you know. There's nothing wrong with believing in the Bible. There's nothing wrong with believing in different versions of the Bible. There's, you know, there's so much knowledge and information out there, okay? And it's out there for a reason, you know? It's out there for a perspective, you know? It's you know, just because you were brought up, you know, Catholic, I was raised Catholic, you know, doesn't mean that that's how I view things now, you know? I don't follow that. That didn't resonate with me even when I was a child. I was like, this just, I feel like this isn't how I, you know, how my relationship with God is, you know? So this is really, really, really saying, you know, the people that, you know, or the systems that we have in place, you know. And if you want to, you can expand this and say, okay, well, if this topic wasn't considered around spirituality or religion or beliefs, you know, you would just say belief systems in general, you know. And what is it, you know, in our lineage, in our family history, what types of belief systems did we grow up with? And, you know, these mentors, teachers, your parents, your grandparents, your priests, your, you know, your elders, you know, what did they teach you? You know, what is solidified in you, in your being, which is a pattern that you have been patterned to be your whole life. What do we need to take a step back from, and to really sort of rewire and rethink and redo and rewrite this type of history? You know, what part of all of those things, those patterns that you were raised in, what's valid and what's not valid anymore? So that is really the question here, is to really take a step back. You know, anything in reverse is like, hey, woohoo, red flag. Let's take a peek here. Let's sort of pay attention to this and really take a step back and really say, okay, you know what? I think I really need to rearrange and rethink and re-be and redo and understand what is important to me on a spiritual basis. And how can I implement those things and those processes in a way that is feasible and which is a way that is going to support my lifestyle and what I believe in and what my truth is. And, you know, what are those things and what things do I maybe want to explore? And, you know, if this is a meditation practice, you know, if it's not working out for you, is there something else you can do? Is it changing your sort of spiritual schedule, you know, and spiritual practices for you? And really asking yourself, you know, taking a look deeper into this and, you know, maybe finding someone else or finding someone or a class that resonates, you know, and really finding out more about who you are on a deeper level, you know, and questioning. This is like questioning that information. Okay. So think about those things today. This is kind of very, very in-depth here. And the bottom of the deck, we have Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And so, you know, the underlying sort of information with this card is that we're really sort of pondering and thinking about the decisions that we want to make in our lives. You know, maybe we're stuck in our old ways and we're choosing what we've always done when what we really need to do is we need to choose something different. You know, stop choosing the same ways of being and the same ways of doing and this, you know, and let's do something different. You know, that's really what this is about. It's a choice, but with this choice, there's a lot of different, you know, things that we need to look at. And so this is really saying, let's take a step back and let's not keep repeating the same pattern. Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your likes, shares, your comments, all that beautiful stuff. If you would like a private reading from me, or if you'd like to check out my beautiful crystal jewelry line that is handmade by me, and all these crystals are from Sedona, Arizona, so they withhold the high energy frequency here from the vortexes. If that's something that you're interested in, check me out on Shopify. It is livingbyspirit.myshopify.com. I'm in the process of changing my host, you know, my name, so it should just be Living by Spirit. But if it doesn't take you there, add myshopify.com. Okay, I love you guys. I love you all. Be safe. Sending much light and love to you always. And I will see you tomorrow for the card of the day. Namaste. Bye for now.